Hey guys, MCU Collector here with the next video, and this is Mr. Sinister from the Hasbro Marvel Legends series X-Force Wave 1 Wendigo Build-A-Figure. So Mr. Sinister, what a fantastic figure. Unfortunately in this video I will not be doing a comparison to the old previous Marvel Legends Toy Biz figure because again I don't collect any Toy Biz figures, don't have any, won't be getting any, so I'm sorry I won't be able to compare. And I know a lot of you guys do like comparisons, especially with the older figures, but kind of like with Nightcrawler I won't be able to. I'm sorry. But I will try and go in depth as possible on this figure, and we'll get right to it. He comes with the other arm for Wendigo, Mr. Sinister down there, XMen X logo at the top, Build-A-Figure Wendigo in the top corner, some awesome artwork of Mr. Sinister there on the side of the package. Here we get another look at that same artwork, all the figures in the wave to build Wendigo, and let's take a look at that bio. Mr. Sinister, a scientific genius with evil intentions, Nathaniel Essex genetically alters his human form to become the shape-shifting telepath known as Mr. Sinister. Ooh. There he is. Get right to it and open him up. And here is the Mr. Sinister figure out of the package, and this guy is a beast. He is huge. The cape is so much better than I thought it ever would be, but it's giving off a very strong, like, oily smell to it because of, I guess, the type of plastic or the paint they use. I don't know exactly what it is, but it has a very strong smell to it. So you guys let me know when you guys get one. Let me know down in the comments below if yours has that same smell to it. I don't know. I think it's, you know, the type of material that the cape comes with, but a very strong odor to it. He comes with the right arm to Wendigo, looking really good. A little tiny bit of blue shading throughout the arm and the shoulder here. That looks pretty good. We'll put this off to the side and take a look at Wendigo all together in the last video of this wave. But here he is. First impressions are pretty awesome. I actually thought this figure was going to be have black for the shoulders, the legs, and then the gloves, but it's actually a dark blue, and I'm not sure how well that comes across on video. I'm looking at it in the view window, and it's not. It looks pretty dark, but it's not as dark when you have it in the bright light. So pretty interesting. It looks like we do have some new sculpt. Of course, this torso upper body is a new piece. These shoes or ankle pieces look pretty new. So for the most part, this is probably all new. The arms might be reused. I'd have to take a closer look, but it's not that big of a deal either way. So first, let's get in for a closer look. Okay, so here is Mr. Sinister up close. So I kind of darkened the video a little bit so you could kind of see the features and the sculpt work on his face, and it looks really good. I really like the sculpt of it. It's white plastic, and then the paint is added on, so a little bit of black paint here around his lips, red eyes, black eyebrows, and then you get this red diamond there in the front, and that looks really good. The hair is just done in a matte black finish, and I think it came out looking really good. So I really like the way that looks. As far as the rest of the figure, he has a nice metallic blue, so you can see marbleization throughout the whole entire figure. Let's see if I can brighten this up a bit to how I had it. Okay, so now that we're a little bit brighter, you can really see a lot of the marbleization throughout the blue, but it still looks pretty good. I don't have any complaints with that. I actually do like the marbleization, so no issues. We get this floating red belt here. That doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. We get little wrist cuffs for his gloves, the arms, his legs. So the thigh cut is hidden within the sculpt of this leg or this boot piece, which I don't know if it'd really be a boot if we have kind of this tongue right here to a boot. So kind of interesting. The biggest thing about this is this cape and shoulder pads and all of that is all one piece. You can see that it's sculpted to fit in there. It's glued on there, so this isn't going to be removable or anything. And then you can see how the cape works. So you get one section that drapes over, and then a whole nother section down below. So it's kind of all glued together and stuck and pegged into the figure. I don't know if I'm going to get a light in there to really show how that's pegged in there, but it's pegged in there, so that's not going to go anywhere. But because of that, this thing gets very back heavy and is going to want to just tilt and fall like that. So you're going to have to be careful on how you're going to get him to stand. But yeah, it's still really cool nonetheless. Seeing the cape, you get a nice shine to it, and then the inside is red. As I zoom out and go over the articulation, you'll get a better look at that, which we're going to do right now. And he does not have any accessories whatsoever. Okay, so going over the articulation of Mister Sinister. So here, first I'll give you a better look at that cape. You can see how wide it is. Now it's all pretty flimsy and stuff, but you're not really going to get a whole lot of moving into poses. It's not going to do anything else other than exactly kind of how it is. And you can see it's kind of cut into separate different pieces throughout, and the same with the bottom portion as well. But again, very heavy, and he just wants to fall backwards. As far as the articulation, he can look all the way down, which is good. He can look up, but he can't do all the way, even though you still get a good little bit of motion in there. Head will move side to side, but the collar piece will get in the way of that. There's not really any head pivot in there. The shoulders you can get to come up all the way. These shoulder pads do not get in the way. It allows for enough movement there. There is an upper bicep swivel. We actually do get a double jointed elbow, which works out really well. Position that light a little bit better for you guys. And then the wrists swivel, and they do hinge. We get the same hinge on both sides. Right hand has a fist, left hand is an open hand. Ab crunch, he crunches down that much, crunches back like so, but doing so will not get you to stand well because of the cape, unless you can kind of drape it back. And you, well, I guess you could do something like that. There is a waist swivel. The belt doesn't get in the way. If it does, you can just kind of move it around a little bit. Leg kicks forward that much. Back slightly, not a whole lot. There is a thigh cut there at the sculpt. I want to say it's a boot, but this would be the boot, so I'm not sure exactly what that is. But that's where the thigh cut is. You get a double jointed knee, which gives you that much bend. And a foot that hinges all the way down, hinges up slightly, and then we do get ankle pivot. So good motion there. So that is the articulation. And real quick, here are some size comparisons with Mister Sinister, so you can see how big and large he really is, especially compared to like Wolverine. That's a huge size difference between the two. Then you have him like here with Cyclops, and it's pretty significant as well. So what an awesome figure. That is my review. Before I go, one thing I forgot to show you guys with the Nightcrawler figures, how far forward his leg can kick. It can kick that far forward and go back slightly. So just thought I would add that in there. If you guys have any questions on the Mister Sinister figure, let me know down in the comments below. Are you guys going to be picking this figure up? Are you really excited for it? Based on my review, do you think this one is better than the Toy Biz figure, or are you sticking with Toy Biz? My opinion, that Toy Biz figure was really good. I've seen it. It stood the test of time, but I think in almost always, 95% of the time, Hasbro's proportions on the body parts just are better aligned, in my opinion, for the most part. So that's why I do like this figure more, but again, my bias is to Hasbro and not to Toy Biz. Any comments, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe if you have not yet already done so, and as always guys, thank you for watching.